Thank you, Madam Chair. I will speak in Russian. Уверен, что обсуждение на...
I'm convinced that the discussions here during this meeting will be useful to all participants and to a certain extent will contribute to improving the situation of refugees and displaced persons throughout the world. The question of refugees and forced migrants is one of the most important issues for the international community. Local conflicts and natural disasters that have affected different countries in Asia, Africa, and Europe have led to mass migration flows. The large-scale problem of the question of migration has become the main reason for the adoption at the end of 2016 of the New York Declaration on Refugees and Migrants. This global international document on questions of refugees and forced migrants, without doubt, will be an effective tool to protect people in difficult situations. Azerbaijan, being a member of the United Nations and ExCom, fully recognizing its international responsibility, constructively participated in the discussions of that document. Unfortunately, we did not manage to ensure that the New York Declaration pays sufficient attention to the question of internal migration. And we believe that even today we should continue to work to improve international legislation to protect persons that were forced to leave their homes. For more than 25 years, Azerbaijan has been dealing with the problem of forced migrants resulting from the Armenian-Azeri Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Armenia is not complying with the provisions of 4 resolutions of the UN Security Council from 1993 on the unconditional and immediate withdrawal of Armenian forces from occupied territories, and Armenia continues to occupy 20% of the territory of Azerbaijan and in practice prevents those who were forcibly displaced to return to their homes. Having to deal with the social problems of forced migrants has become a heavy burden for Azerbaijan and for our state budgets. Due to the lack of adequate housing for forced migrants, through the budget we built 98 modern housing complexes, and thus we have ensured more than 270,000 refugees and forced migrants with housing. Now, more than 1 million refugees and forced migrants live in our countries, and we have spent $7 billion from our budget. However, about 400,000 forced migrants continue to live in very difficult conditions. And in all of these questions, Azerbaijan is hoping to receive international support. We do hope that international organizations and funds will pay due attention to the solution of political and social problems of forced migrants and refugees in Azerbaijan. 1 month ago, during a press conference in Beirut, Mr. Filippo Grandi said that return is the best solution for refugees, but it has to be voluntary and sustainable. Azerbaijan fully supports these statements, and in line with our legislation, the legal status of forced migrants and refugees is being preserved until that point when people return to their homes. And this means that from the state budget, in order to provide support to each refugee and each forced migrant, we allocate certain social contributions. Cooperation between the government of Azerbaijan and the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Refugees is very strong and productive. Azerbaijan takes all efforts to comply with its international obligations on the questions of refugees and migrants. Thank you.